Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and I'm starting another big, stupid project for no real reason whatsoever, other than I just like to record big, stupid projects. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think this will be longer than, like, Elden Ring, so, it's not too bad. Anyways. As you can already tell, we are going to be playing Genshin Impact. So let's just talk about Genshin Impact real quick here. You've probably heard of it. It's one of, like, the most notable sort of high income popular games of the last few years. Uh, this is a game from a Chinese developer called MiHoYo. And it's pretty crazy impressive, all things considered. MiHoYo started as a company in 2012 with 3 college students. Um, so that's pretty impressive. And they put out, a few games. Nothing especially notable, but I mean, it's all mobile stuff, like mobile sort of anime games, free to play kind of stuff. Um, and in 2016, they put out Honkai Impact Third. Um, which apparently was pretty popular. But then we got to Genshin Impact, which, yeah, was a big deal. Not only in China, of course, but, like, worldwide. Just for, like, most people that aren't following Chinese mobile games, this really came out of nowhere. And, yeah, I mean, obviously, comparisons, similarities to, like, Breath of the Wild and stuff. But it kind of did its own thing. A lot of it revolving around the gacha mechanics of sort of gacha mechanic. It's like Super Saiyan loot boxes, it's like it's like loot boxes, but actually that matter, like really gameplay benefits of different characters you have to randomly roll and buy boxes to try and get. um and yeah, I'm not really crazy about that. But a lot of people are. I mean, this game made more money in its first year than any video game in history. It made in its first year of release $3 billion. Billion with a B. More than that, actually. 3.7 billion. Since then, it seems to have calmed down quite a bit. I think they got a lot of income really quick, but it's kind of hard to say. I think it's still making just obscene amounts of money. It says between January and March of 2022, the mobile version alone made 567 million. So I don't think they're really releasing that much info about how much it's making, but it's making a lot. 30% in China, 23% in Japan, and 20% in the US. So US, I mean, people are enjoying Genshin. No doubt about it. So that brings me to me personally. I played this like when it sort of released. I think I did it on Hanging with Mangg or something like that. You probably might have seen it. And I've put probably like, I don't know, 15 hours or so into Genshin on my main account, maybe 20 or something like that. Right around when it first released. And I put some money into it just to get, a couple interesting characters and things like that. Um, and then I remember distinctly, I put like $30 in and I got jack shit out of it. Like, basically nothing. And I was like, well, I'm done with that. So I haven't really played it much since then. But it's continued to be updated. They've had major content releases, adding whole new lands and all sorts of new story stuff and on and on and on. I think they've even added like another element type, or they're going to. I remember reading about that somewhat recently. I don't know. Anyways, all that aside though, the gameplay and the combat and all that is really interesting to me. And I've said before that I think the actual combat is like better than Breath of the Wild. Interaction with the environment and things like that, yeah, probably Breath of the Wild is better, but just for straight up combat between, you and some enemies, Genshin's pretty damn good. So what we're gonna do here is I've got a fresh account here, never logged in. We're gonna just start up the game, and I'm only gonna record the main story quests. So much like, my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV, we're just gonna do main story on camera, and that's still gonna take a while. I don't know how long. Obviously, like Final Fantasy XIV, they keep adding to it, so it's certainly not done. I don't know at what point we're gonna play up to. Maybe I'll just get bored of it or get sick of it or whatever. And who knows if I even ever upload this at all. But we're just gonna play and see how it goes. And I'm gonna try to do this just completely free to play. I'm not really gonna put any money into it. You don't need to. I mean, they give you enough characters to play through the game. And for upgrade materials and things like that, I don't really ever recall it during my 20 hours being like really challenged by a story mission that I was like, oh man, I need to put in money so I can upgrade and beat this. Because you can always just grind, and I'm probably gonna do some side stuff off camera if need be and things like that. So that's where it's at. Let's dive in. Damn it. Okay, well, that's what I get for not logging in first. I'll be right back. Okay, we should be good now. Or not. Basically, I had Genshin installed on my computer on a second hard drive for quite a while, but I didn't have the launcher anymore, so I had originally just launched the game directly, and that makes you think that it's all fine, but it's not. And obviously this game gets quite a lot of updates, so yeah, I had to download like 50 gigs or something. Yeah, it was quite a bit. I guess one other thing that we can talk about real quick is language. So obviously the game is originally in Chinese, so that's the OG language here. Not Japanese, as is sort of probably what a lot of people would expect. I did mostly play the game in Japanese because I'm a big weeb. But I think for an actual video that people are going to listen to or something, English is probably the way to go. I can't really even remember the English voice acting that much. I don't know if I thought it was that bad. So let's see. Can we... No, that's not it. So you can't actually change any settings until you're in game. And then I think language, you have to restart.
So, what you're trying to say...
But we start with English, so it's fine.
From another world? But when you wanted to leave and go on to the next world, your path was blocked by some unknown god?
Outlanders, your journey ends here. Who are you? The sustainer of heavenly principles. The arrogation of mankind ends now.
Yeah, so if you don't like anime, you are not going to like Genshin. I think that's fair to say. So we get to play as the male or female twin. I've always played as female, and I'm gonna continue to play as female. Let's be Taco B.
Ether! Wait! Don't go! Give my brother back!
And just like that, the god... Oh, okay. Everything's voice acted.
Took away my brother. Some kind of seal was cast upon me, and I lost my power. So whilst we used to cross world after world, we are now trapped here. How many years ago was it? I don't know. But I intend to find out. After I awoke, I was all alone. Right up until I met you 2 months ago.
Yeah, Paimon really owes you for that. Otherwise, Paimon likely would have drowned. So Paimon will do her best to be a great guide. We should head off. Let's get going.
All right. Yeah, so Paimon, I mean, like I said, you either like can tolerate or enjoy all of these like sort of anime kind of tropes and things like that, or you can't. I don't really, I mean, sometimes like really overly cutesy accompanying character gets on my nerves. But Paimon's not too bad, although I would say the Japanese voice is better. Let's see, we can increase the default camera distance quite a bit. That's good. Playing on 4K, that's good to do. Let's make it the American way, that's fine. And let me just set this. Okay, so there's no borderless window. Sort of annoying. Let's downsize that then. It's a little small, but alright. Resize this. Good. All right. FPS caps at 60, which is pretty lame, but it is a mobile game. Motion blur off. Rest is probably fine. All right, I think we're good. All right. So yeah, like I said, comparisons to Breath of the Wild. You've got a stamina bar that decreases whenever you're running or climbing. You've got basic melee attack for each character or a ranged attack, depending. And then you can also do a sort of charge attack. Well, that's a charge attack there. And you can jump. No jump attacks, though. It's a very attractive game. As far as, like, colorful anime graphics go. I think had it been more...
Guess we'll just have to climb. Climbing depletes stamina, and depleted stamina takes time to recover.
I think if it wasn't designed with mobile in mind, it probably would be even better.
To a statue of the seven.
You know, 120 FPS with, like, DLSS and HDR. I mean, it would be a lot better, but as it is, it's not too shabby. So yeah, plenty of ingredients to pick up all over the place. Much like Breath of the Wild, you can make food and you're crafting stuff and upgrading weapons and... yeah. There you go. So to reiterate, I'm not a Genshin expert. I'm not like... I don't have like an account that's all caught up and excited for the new content or anything like that. You know, it's not like that. I played this a little bit, a decent bit, like 2 years ago, and that's kind of all. So I know things, but not many things.
There are a few of these statues scattered across the land to show the Seven's protection over the world. Among the seven gods, this god controls the wind. Paimon's not sure whether the god you're looking for is the animal god, but Paimon will take you to the animal god's place first, and there's the reason why.
Alright, so we're in the prologue here.
We all know poetry and language flow like the wind. There'll definitely be someone there who knows about your brother. At least that's what Paimon thinks. Whether the gods actually answer you is a different story. You never know unless you try. So let's hop to it.
And yeah, Paimon is going to be there for the entire journey. Like, I don't think she ever goes away. Hold on real quick. Let me just check the Wikipedia page for the plot. Because I feel like we just got kind of thrown in here. So let me just do a little bit of exposition that they didn't do. Alright, so Genshin Impact takes place in the world of Teyvat, and is composed of the 7 major nations of Mondstadt, Liu, Inazuma, Sumeru, Fontaine, Natlan, and Snezhnaya. Each nation is ruled by a different god. So I think Sumeru just got added, I think. Yeah, they just added Sumeru as part of the big 3.0 update. So Mondstadt, Liu, Inazuma, and Sumeru are now in the game. So they still have 3 more nations that they can add, and then who knows what. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Each nation is associated with and worships one of the seven, a group of gods known as the Archons, who each preside over one of the seven nations. Each member of the seven is tied to one of the game's elements and is also reflected in their nation's aspect. Mondstadt, the City of Freedom, worships the Animo Archon Barbados and sits on an island in the middle of a lake. The city is protected by the Knights of Favonius. Okay. So the plot. A pair of twins who travel across different worlds arrive in Tevat, but attempt to leave after finding the nation of Cainria under cataclysmic siege. However, they are separated by a god who takes one twin and seals away the other. The sealed twin, referred to as the Traveler, that's us, awakens 500 years later and meets Paimon, and the two embark on a journey to find the missing twin. Alright, so that's where we're at now. So 500 years have passed since that opening cutscene. And then 2 months have passed since I met Paimon, but I don't know what I was doing in the meantime.
You can swim right over.
Oh yeah, swimming also takes stamina. Actually, does it? No, swimming by itself, I can hardly tell. Maybe it does? I think it does. Okay, it does. Alright, and here's our initial map. It's obviously way bigger than that, but it's how we're starting.
Ooh, did you just feel the elements of the world? Seems all you had to do was just touch the statue and you got the power of Animo. As much as they may want it, people in this world can never get a hold of powers as easily as you.
I think I know why. It's because...
It's because you're not from this world to begin with. If we keep heading west from here, we'll eventually reach Mondstadt, the City of Freedom. Mondstadt is the City of Wind because they worship the god of Animo. So perhaps, because you got power from the god of Animo, you can find some clues there. There are also lots of bards there, so perhaps one of them has heard news of your brother. Let's move then. The elements in this world responded to your prayers, and Paimon thinks that's a lovely sign.
Alright. So. Elements. Yeah. Elements is a big part of the gameplay. The default character here has the power of wind, although eventually I think you get, like... When you go to different nations, you get each different element, and you can change. So every character has, like, a basic elemental ability with the right trigger. So hers is this sort of, like, wind charge-up blast. And then you slowly charge up your big burst ability with Y. And hers is a giant tornado. And so...
Powers you got from the Statue of the Seven. Oh, Paimon's so jealous. Why doesn't Paimon get cool fighting powers?
The really interesting thing, then, is the interactions between the different elements. And that's a key part of actually, like, doing well in the combat. Much like Pokemon, you know, every element has its weakness. And so using... fire against, like, you know, well, using fire against most things is good. But, yeah, you know, you get the idea. But more so than that is the interactions between, like, two different elements. like if you combine electricity with water, it creates like, you know, a new effect. And if you combine like fire and ice, you know, like all of the different elements have different combo effects that do additional things. So that's where it gets very interesting. It kind of reminds me of like Xenoblade Chronicles. Because you're going to have multiple characters in your party that you can quickly switch through. And so you can have characters of all different elements so that you can bounce off one another using, you know, combinations of elements. But you can also put characters of the same element in your party, and I think you get like a passive benefit for doing so.
Wow, what is that? There's something huge in the sky!
There sure
Toward
is.
the heart of the forest. We must proceed with caution.
If you say so. So, like, here's a campfire. If I combine that with my thing, it sets fucking everything on fire. And they take damage over time, and they just take more damage because of the additional effect, and it's just glorious. And it's the main reason why I like this game. So just by itself, like, wind is not that crazy powerful. But it's great in conjunction with other stuff.
Huh? Look at that!
Don't be afraid. It's all right now. I'm back.
Is he talking to a dragon?
Who's there?
That was close. Paimon almost got blown away. Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your hair. Thanks.
Good thing the dragon didn't notice us.
Just what was that? Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten. It definitely has something to do with that weirdo who was talking to the dragon.
Is talking to dragons normal?
Of course not. Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look. Be careful. Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this. Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is. All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now. Okay, we've got it. Now let's get out of here.
Hey, you! Stop right there! May the Animo God protect you, stranger. I am Amber, outrider for the Knights of Favonius. You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves.
Well, we're not looking for trouble.
That's what all the troublemakers say.
Hello, I'm Taco Beat.
Doesn't sound like a local name to me.
No, it's not.
And this mascot. What's the deal with it?
Emergency food.
That's even worse than being a mascot.
So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right? Well, look, there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible. It's not far from here. I'll escort you there.
Oh, aren't you out here for some other reason?
I am, but not to worry. I can keep you both safe while doing that too. Besides, I'm still not sure if I can trust you two just yet.
Why so suspicious?
Oh, I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight. I give you my apologies, strange yet respectable travelers.
That sounded so fake.
Do you have something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius Handbook?
No, I just got this cat meowing constantly. All right, Amber. So Amber's a fire type because she's wearing red, and you know everything's a little on the nose. So she has a bow. She can aim like so and fire off some nice fire charge shots. So her default weapon has an element, which is nice.
Doing in Mondstadt?
She got separated from her brother during a really long journey. Paimon is her travel buddy, helping her to find her brother.
Oh, looking for your family? Huh. Okay, let me finish my other stuff first, and then I can help you put up posters around the city.
What exactly is it you need to finish doing first?
It's simple. You'll understand in a bit.
I've never really liked Amber, though, like her abilities. Her right trigger launches out this teddy bear thing, this doll thing, and it bounces around for a while. I think, yeah. I'm not sure. Well, we'll have to find an enemy. Hold on. But it eventually explodes. A bunch of fire. You don't have to aim, of course, to shoot the bow. You can just fire off a combo like that.
A hilichurl.
Quick, get it!
Alright, let's get it. Alright, so there it is. Yeah, okay. No, all it does is explode after a while. Maybe you can shoot it to make it explode early. I don't know if I've ever checked that. Maybe that's why I don't like her. Nope. That would actually be really nice. Okay, enemies do attack it, but still, it's not great. So she's not doing a whole lot of damage there, but if you do a charge shot...
Hunters have been getting too close to the city recently. My task this time is to clear out their camp.
She's fine, but, you know, if you're free to play, she's like the only fire element you get for a while, so it's a little annoying. Oh, I thought those were explosive. There you go. Boom. Get on fire. So yeah, you'll find chests all over the world, everywhere. Some of them are locked behind certain conditions. If it's in an enemy camp, obviously, kill all the enemies.
Nothing to it. Though I've got to say, you surprised me a little with your moves there. Thanks for the backup. How'd it feel?
Barely broke a sweat.
Now that you mention it, how is it the hilichurls ended up here? These creatures don't seem like the type to set up camp so close to cities like this.
Exactly. It's more normal for them to be much further out in the wilderness. But because the dragon, Storm Terror, has been around a lot more recently, our orchards have been destroyed and the local market has been affected as well. When the storms hit, we usually end up with at least a few injuries, so the Knights of Favonius have been tied up doing the best they can to defend the area.
So these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city?
Exactly. That said, clearing this camp helped make the area a little bit safer. Come with me. A responsible knight must make sure to see you to the city safely.
Alright. Get our chest. So yeah, there's you know, different things you're gonna find. You're gonna find upgrade materials, you're gonna find crafting materials, you're gonna find money, and you're gonna find like level up materials that upgrade either like the character or their weapons or their accessories or things like that. So if we go to the character selection here, so here's our main character. Level 3 out of 20. 20 is not the max. That's just like the max before you need to get something special done to increase the max. Your max HP, attack, defense, elemental mastery, and stamina. So yeah, this is Ascension. Once you get to 20, then you have to ascend that character using a special item to increase the max level beyond that. And it goes up pretty high. Alright, so leveling up, though, is done... I mean, if you just use a character, they get XP, I think. I'm pretty sure. But you can also use these level up materials that we've already found some in order to add just a whole bunch of XP right away. So if we use one of these mid-tier things, we go straight up to level 5, and Bob's your uncle. So obviously that gets more and more and more and more and more and more expensive as time goes on. So then you have your weapons. Right now she has a dull blade, 23 attack, but we did find this silver sword, the 33 attack. So we can equip that, and you'll notice the sword also has a level up to 20. So we can enhance this in order to level up our weapons as well. So there's, you know, many opportunities for character growth and therefore grinding or pay to win. But since it's not a competitive game, it's not really pay to win, it's just pay to less grind. So we can use our shittier sword to upgrade this sword and bring it up to level 2, which will increase its base attack up to 38. There you go. So this is just like a very like basic sword. They obviously get a lot fancier and better. Then you have artifacts. So each character can have up to 5 artifacts equipped, which is basically like an accessory. All the accessories will do different benefits, and then there's also set benefits. So the 2 things that we have so far are both part of the Adventurer set. So this is 129 extra HP. This is an extra 8 attack. If we equip both of them, we get the 2-piece set bonus. Increases our max HP by 1,000, which is pretty nice at this point. So there you go. And again, all of these accessories can also be leveled up to increase their numerical benefits and things like that. Then you have the constellation. So these are like the big sort of like almost... it's not a talent tree, it's like a talent branch, a single branch. So you can just sort of go down this and upgrade the character using pretty rare, uncommon items. In my 20 hours of play, I think I only was able to upgrade constellations like a few times. So yeah, Raging Vortex, this upgrade causes your Palm Vortex to pull things in from a 5-meter radius. This increases your energy recharge. Yeah, I mean, various benefits. Again, it's been a couple of years, so I don't know if this ever branches out in any sort of way, if there's any choices in the matter, but that's what that is. And then the talents here list all of your different abilities, such as your basic attack, your super attack, things like that. These can also be leveled up eventually, and you can also get some other passive. There's just a lot. There's a lot. And that's for each character. So Amber has all the same things we just looked at. And there's a lot of characters at this point in the game. So that's that. I might as well spend one of these, bring her up to level 4. I don't think we have a... No, I mean, I could upgrade her weapon, but nah. Alright. And then, you know, and all those things that I just went over, I mean, that's all shit that really just appeals to me, you know? As a gamer, I love numbers that go up. So, I like all that shit. And then you have all the different characters and all the different combos, and yeah, it's good stuff. So, I mean, I really wanted to do this Let's Play, partly because I just want to play through the whole story and make an earnest attempt at it. But also, I don't have any friends or anybody that plays this game that I know. Because I think they all just, like, brush it off as, like, this gacha game, anime, mobile, pay-to-win nonsense. But it's really just a good fucking game.
Prepare to be blown away!
A reward on the road.
I mean, like I said, the gacha stuff, I'm not crazy about. But it's not like the game is a scam in any way or anything like that. Like, they've put millions upon millions upon millions of dollars into the game, and they're continuing to update the game with all new content and stuff like that just to keep people playing. And, like, really, just to play through the story, like I said, you don't have to spend any money. Alright, so here we can learn how to cook.
Next. Oh, are you travelers from around here as well?
No, we just happen to be passing by. What are you cooking? Smells good!
I see. Welcome, travelers. I'm Lynn, the survival expert of the Adventurers Guild. As you can see, I'm experimenting with some new recipes. Eat before you go. The first rule in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Picnic? Oh, Paimon just loves picnics! My travel partner here is good at cooking as well.
That's right, I love cooking too.
Oh, there's a cooking pot right there. Show me what you got. It's good to have someone to practice with. There are some mushrooms and meat in the barrel over there. Try making a chicken mushroom skewer for me.
I already broke that shit open ages ago. Alright, chicken mushroom skewer. So, yeah, we already know a decent few recipes here that we can make, and it all looks great. And then, of course, you can also process different ingredients, so you can turn wheat into flour, and that takes time, of course, so that takes a minute to do that. Sugar, we can also make sausages. And yeah, so food, much like Breath of the Wild, I mean, food is really good. It can restore HP, it can restore stamina, it can bring your characters back to life if they die, all sorts of stuff. I don't remember how crazy it gets. So you always want to have, like, a good amount of revival food on hand and stuff like that. healing stuff, I never really needed to rely on much. Because I often had a character in the group that could use like a heal as one of their abilities. But yeah, I mean it's not I mean, this is the most basic food right here. Restores 10% of max HP and an additional 1,000. So to start, that's pretty good. So some characters will have cooking bonuses for certain types of food or things like that. We don't have any of that. And if you cook a food manually enough, eventually you can just auto-cook it. But for now, we cook it manually. Boom, right there. And there you go.
The Adventurers Guild. Nice to meet you. Is it done? Mmm, smells good. Let me try. Mmm. Mmm. Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Now that's really tasty. You're indeed gifted.
Paimon told you so.
With your culinary skills, you should try more difficult dishes. Oh, I've got some raw ingredients in my bag. Have them in return for this meal.
Can we really have them? Won't you run out of ingredients?
That's okay. You should be able to find lots of ingredients when exploring the wilderness. Don't forget to look carefully. There's also a restaurant in Mondstadt known as Good Hunter that sells food and ingredients. Go have a look when you've got the time.
Okay, thank you for the info. Hey, leave some chicken mushroom skewers for Paimon.
Yeah. I mean, Paimon. Like I said, the Japanese Paimon voice didn't bother me as much. Not that this really bothers me, but I could see it getting on people's nerves. But it is what it is. Most of the time when you're playing, you're not going to hear her talk because there's just so much other content other than story missions to do. But for this Let's Play, we're going to hear a lot of Paimon. Doesn't Mondstadt literally just mean, like, world city? Stadt in German is city.
Let me officially introduce the city of wind, dandelions, and freedom. Travelers under the protection of the Knights of Favonius, welcome to Mondstadt.
Finally, no more having to camp outdoors. But the city folk don't look too cheery.
Everyone's been put out of place by storm terror recently. But everything will turn out fine as long as Jean's with us.
Jean?
Acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, Jean, Defender of Mondstadt. With Jean on our side, surely even the vicious storm terror will be no match for us.
Sounds like someone pretty impressive.
Before I take you guys to the Knights of Favonius headquarters, I have a present for you, Traveler. It's a reward for helping me clear out that Hilichurl camp.
Hey! Why doesn't Paimon get a reward?
Because this reward is useless to you, Paimon. But I'll treat you to a traditional Mondstadt delicacy, sticky honey roast.
Does sound pretty good.
Sticky honey roast!
Come with me. We'll head to the city's, high ground.
Alright.
This used to be a bustling street, but with so many storm terror attacks recently, the usual crowds are nowhere to be seen. Except for the local tavern near the city wall over there. They haven't been affected. If anything, their business is better than ever.
So even though we are going to be free to play, that does not mean we don't get to make some rolls with the gacha element. Of course, you do get some free ones, and you slowly, eventually earn some here and there. So we are going to get to play that a little bit, and we might, you know, you never know, we might get a character. But most likely we're going to be playing with the basic roster that they hand you. And it's not like I can't afford to spend money on the game, or I'm completely against spending any amount of money on the game. But I just really want to show that the game is perfectly playable without doing any of that.
So, the present I want to give you is a wind glider. Outriders use them to ride the wind, and the people of Mondstadt love using them too. I brought you here to give it to you, so you can experience it right away.
Oh, you're really excited about these wind gliders, huh?
Well, that's because the wind is the heart and soul of Mondstadt. Alrighty then, enough talk. Let's give it a whirl. It's easy to use, but you still need to pay attention to my instructions.
There you go. So yeah, they hand you the glider pretty quick in this game, which is nice. There you go.
The sky.
That glider sure came in handy real fast.
Huh? How are you staying afloat like this with just a wind glider?
I'm preventing your fall with the power of 1,000 winds.
Oh, okay.
Now, concentrate. See yourself grasping the wind. Harness its energy.
Who said that?
Yeah, it's sort of interesting they do this because it makes it seem like this might become like a regular gameplay segment, but it's not. I don't know if you even do this ever again.
Are you hurt?
You've actually got the power to go up against the dragon. Are you a new ally? Or a new storm?
Storm Terror is attacking Mondstadt itself! Kaya, Traveler, you've come at the right time. We must...
Hold on, Amber. Are you perhaps forgetting to introduce us?
Oh, right. This is Kaya, our cavalry captain. These two are travelers from afar.
From afar. Is that all we know of them?
Long story short,
I see. Welcome to Mondstadt. Though you haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid.
Long story short, still required a fade to black.
I understand the anguish of being separated from family. I'm not really sure why you're looking for the Animo God. Oh, but everyone has their secrets, right? Relax. I won't press you for more. First and foremost, on behalf of the Knights of Favonius, I would like to extend our thanks to you for your help just now.
Well, we couldn't just leave the situation to fester.
Your fight to defend the city against the dragon just now was witnessed by no small number of citizens. The acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius is also very interested in meeting you, and formally invites you both to our headquarters.
Obviously, we don't have any different outfits or different wing gliders, and they haven't added that many wing gliders unless there's more that just aren't shown here. This one I think I have on my main account, I believe. This one, special reward given to players on PlayStation Network. And then all the other ones are pretty much like reputation. It's not really a big deal, but it's certainly not like Fortnite that has a billion different gliders or whatever. All right. I think that's a decent place to leave off for now. An introduction to this world and its characters. And we have a nice wing glider. So I think next time we'll probably be introduced to the dungeons of the game. So that'll be good. And we'll get some more characters added. But alright. For now, my name is Mangg. This has been Genshin Impact. And I'll see you fine folks in the next part.